Hey guys, HMK once again. It's almost time. 1 week from when this video has dropped, E3 begins. And now it's time for me to give you my Nintendo at E3 predictions. Now, from what we known initially, it was just going to be Zelda at E3. And everyone was like, where are the video games? Where are the video games? And it's just going to be Zelda Wii U. They're playable. And Tuesday was going to be a whole day dedicated to Zelda Wii U. However, Nintendo has shifted those plans around and not saying that, hey, Nintendo never confirmed that no other games were there. That's true. But they did shift around the plans because originally it was going to be 9 a.m. start of the show, Zelda, the first glimpse of Zelda. And then the entire day will be dedicated to Zelda. Now, Nintendo has expanded on that, saying that day after, Wednesday, they'll be talking about Tokyo Mirage Mission, Monster Hunter, and Dragon Quest. And on Sunday, they're going to have a Q&A on Pokemon Go, which is really, really good. But on Tuesday, where at 9 a.m., when it was supposed to start with Zelda Wii U, the world's first in-depth glimpse of the game that we've been waiting for, instead, the show shall start 9 a.m. with gameplay from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, no lie, I've always, since the beginning, I'm like, the only gripe I had with Zelda only being Zelda at E3, the only gripe I had was that, the NX is not going to be there, no talk about the NX. Other than that, me, huge Zelda fan, Zelda YouTuber, I was a happy-ass camper. Everyone else was like, oh my god, lack of games. I'm like, hey, Zelda, man, I've been waiting for this. So, with Pokemon Sun and Moon being at the beginning of the show, that, no lie, it does rub me a little the wrong way. It does rub me the wrong way. Boy, if you don't listen, okay? I've been waiting so long. All of us have been waiting so long for news about this game, and now we're finally going in. The moment of destiny is at hand. And for me to wait a little bit longer thanks to Pokemon Sun and Moon? Nah, son, listen, okay? Listen! Pokemon Sun and Moon is releasing this year. You already know the name of the next generation of Pokemon, Sun and Moon. You know the legendaries, you know the region, you know the 3 starters. You know that it's going to be an open world, very similar to that of XD and Coliseum instead of Y and X. So, don't tell me so, don't bore me, alright, son? I've been waiting for this. And the fact that I have to wait a little bit longer just for Pokemon Sun and Moon, they could have done it any time afterwards. I just hope they don't talk about it a lot. So, when it comes to predictions, Pokemon Sun and Moon, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a little bit more in-depth footage about Pokemon battles, a little bit more Pokemon, not the entire revelation because that would be impossible, of the generation of Pokemon Generation 7. But I feel that we are going to get a lot more Pokemon revealed and perhaps maybe even the evolutions of the 3 starters. Now, I do want to be able to see a gym, the first ever gym in action. And it'll tell us, oh yeah, the first gym will be this type, and whatever surprises are in store, because I know we do see that the new heroes are wearing some sort of wristband on them. Not too similar to that of Mega Evolution wristbands or whatever, but I like to see what that is. And I feel that we are going to get a bit more revelations when it comes to Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, moving on, Zelda! Zelda Wii U, let's get it. First and foremost, they gotta get a big-ass trailer, show off all of these different regions within the new world of Hyrule, and all these different attacks, items, characters, art, and first and foremost, I know they're not going to do it at the beginning, they're probably going to do it at the end, they're going to show all this good jazz. It's going to be like, The Legend of Zelda, blankety blankety blank, and we're finally going to get the name. And then after the trailer, we're probably going to get some gameplay on Zelda Wii U. We're going to have people from the Treehouse, maybe even developers, I don't know, Eiji Aonuma, sit down and talk with the people as they're playing with the game. And then, talk about certain aspects of this and that in depth. Way more from what we've seen is like, oh, Link can run this fast. This item does this in relation to the overworld. Link can do that. Link can do this. You are able to do that. So, I don't like a lot of explanations when it comes to features within Zelda Wii U, something that will set it up apart from other Zelda games. Maybe show us the first dungeon or a dungeon, maybe a specific E3 dungeon to not really, give away too much stuff of the real game if people are afraid of spoilers or whatnot. And show us how they really mean about tackling a dungeon from any which direction and then going in there and just smash it up. I want a boss fight. I want to know more about the arrows. I want to know more about the lore. They gotta explain, not really explain where this takes place on the timeline. They could explain what the problem is in this game, what pushes Link in order to be, Link. What are these mechanical beasts that are go around shooting lasers? What's the deal with that energy? So many things that can get in with Zelda Wii U. And I feel that we're going to get a lot of information since we're going to have a whole day dedicated to that of Zelda Wii U. And then at E3 itself, of course, the entirety of the Nintendo space is going to be Zelda Wii U playable. And if you've been to E3 or if you've seen E3 of Nintendo space, they have the biggest space is too fucking legit. Last year, they had a lot of chaos, but the thing is they have a lot of playable games there. They have Star Fox Zero, they have Super Mario Maker, they had one of the Chaos showed off Xenoblade Chronicles X, even though it wasn't playable. They had Yoshi Woolly World, they had Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, Triforce Heroes, all of these games. They had a bunch of games and all their chaos for them. Now imagine all of that just Zelda Wii U. It's gonna go ham. So I'm pretty sure that these extended demos that we've been learning a lot about, it's going to be long and in-depth. It's going to make us go full force in the world of Hyrule, explore what we can. Of course, I feel there should be a good amount of limiters, you know, not to be like, hey, this is the full Zelda experience, give that all away at E3. I want to learn a lot more information, but I don't want too much of the game itself, if that really makes sense. So, I feel that since this game is going to be the entirety of Nintendo's booth for 3 days, they're going to have a lot to offer, a lot of good media experiences. And if this game is truly as nonlinear as Nintendo's been saying, then maybe we can go and do different approaches to different scenarios in the game. They'll offer two different scenarios, but the thing is you can tackle it in almost any way. So that way it'll be different for every player going in trying to play this game. And I'm just really excited for Zelda Wii U. Now for the second day of E3 when it comes to Nintendo, they're going to talk about Tokyo Mirage missions, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sharp FE. But the thing is, they can only talk about the game so much because it's already been out in Japan and people spoil the shit out of them, you know, Super Saiyan Marth and shit. So, I mean, Monster Hunter Cross, same shit. Game been out in Japan, and even though it's called Monster Hunter Generations here. And then Dragon Quest 7, it's a game that's been already out, so I feel that Wednesday is kind of not really a throwaway day for Nintendo, but I mean, like, they're just gonna go in and explain what this game can do in localizations terms, you know, what this game offers on our side of the coin instead of Japan. So I don't think there's gonna be a lot really going on Wednesday. However, on Thursday, the Pokemon Go event, which is happening with Pokemon Go Q&A, I feel there's gonna be a lot of things hitting the fan. A lot of shit hitting the fan. It's gonna be critical mass because Pokemon Go, Pokemon Sun and Moon, and Zelda Wii U are definitely the three big kickers for Nintendo here at E3. So they're probably gonna talk a lot about how the app works, how it's free to play, what microtransactions it does offer, and maybe even have a live demo at the showroom floor of a guy, you know, with the Pokemon Go app, getting ready to go around the showroom floor at E3. It's like, oh shit, a Squirtle! And then, you know, show us how you go about battling the Squirtle and capturing it. And then maybe they'll have multiple people interacting with the Pokemon Go app at the showroom floor. And then when it comes to the Q&A, we're going to learn a lot more information about the game. So, if Miitomo is any inclination of how Nintendo does handle their apps, I'm fairly confident that it's going to be a good experience because I have a lot of fun with Miitomo. I really do. So, in terms of that, I feel Nintendo is going to be like, other than Zelda Wii U, which I'm super hyped for, other than Zelda Wii U, I feel that Nintendo's E3 experience is going to be rather basic definitely in comparison to Sony and Microsoft. They're not even going to have a giant conference. They're not having a digital event. They're not having a Nintendo Direct. They're having a Treehouse event where they're going to talk about Zelda Wii U mostly. So if you are a Zelda fan, it is going to be fucking great, and I expect a lot from Nintendo. However, if you are a fan of any other medium, when it comes to Tokyo Mirage missions or Monster Hunter Cross, I feel like the show itself is going to be very on the, I won't say on the down low, but it'll pique a lot of people's interest when it comes to those niche markets and whatnot. But we're going to have to wait and see. So I'm definitely expecting a lot from Nintendo when it comes to Zelda Wii U. And my predictions are that, you know, we're going to start off with a trailer first Sun and Moon, we're going to talk about gameplay, and they're going to show off a bunch of other Pokemon. Go straight to Zelda Wii U, give us the trailer, give us the name, and then explore dungeons, Hyrule itself, and show how the world really can interact with the player. I want to see what makes this game, and I expect to see what makes this game different from other Zelda games and how this game will draw us in and give us that experience that Ocarina of Time did way back in 1998. And that's what Eiji Aonuma wants from us, so let's see how they do that. And that's my predictions for Nintendo at E3. So, if you guys are hyped for what you can see when it comes to Zelda Wii U and Nintendo, please be sure to like the video, share the video, and follow me on Twitter and Facebook because I'm gonna be there at E3 and I'm gonna go ham on that shit. I should have a video on what my plans are for E3 as I get there before I leave for LA, which will be next Sunday. So, get hyped, get ready for Zelda Wii U. I'm so fucking ready. So, until then, I've been HMK. I'll check you guys later.